They say jealousy is proof that someone cares. But sometimes, jealousy becomes something darker, something dangerous. And sometimes the person who loves you the most becomes the one who destroys everything. This story started with love, beautiful love, the kind people dream about. But by the end, someone would be left heartbroken, and someone else would completely lose themselves. Clapperboard Scene 1: The Perfect Relationship. Narrator: Nia Carter believed she had finally found the kind of love that lasts forever. At 27 years old, she had spent most of her life focused on survival. Bills, work, responsibility. Love had always come second. Until she met Jordan Hayes. Jordan was calm in a way that made the world feel quieter. Tall, confident, successful, but gentle. The kind of man who remembered small things, like how she hated tomatoes on sandwiches, or how she secretly cried during sad movies. The kind of man who kissed her forehead before leaving for work. And for the first time in years, Nia felt safe. She moved into Jordan's luxury apartment downtown after only 8 months. Everyone said they moved too fast, but they didn't care. Because when it was just the two of them, everything felt perfect. They say jealousy is proof that someone cares. That's what Nia thought. But sometimes, Clapperboard Scene 2, jealousy becomes something darker. Narrator: Something dangerous. The problem started the day Vanessa returned. The person who loves you the most, Vanessa Reed, becomes the one who destroys everything. This story started with love, to marry, beautiful Nia love. Had heard the stories before. The kind people dream about. Vanessa was beautiful, but by the end, intimidating. Someone would be left heartbroken. The kind of woman people noticed the second she walked into a room. And someone else would completely lose themselves. She had just been hired at Jordan's company. Scene 1: The Perfect Relationship. The moment Jordan told her, narrator, something Nia inside believed she had finally found the kind of love that lasts forever. At 27 years old, she had spent most of her life focused on survival. Because deep down, bills. Nia knew Vanessa and Jordan had history. Responsibility. Real history. Love had always come second. The kind that doesn't disappear overnight. Until she met Jordan Hayes. Jordan tried to reassure her. Jordan was calm in a way that made the world feel quieter. He explained. Tall. I didn't even know she applied. Successful. But Nia noticed something strange. But gentle. Jordan wouldn't look her in the eyes. The kind of man who remembered small things. And from that moment on, like how she hated tomatoes on sandwiches, the jealousy started growing. Or how she secretly cried during sad movies. Quietly. The kind of man who kissed her forehead before leaving for work. Clapperboard Scene 3, social media secrets. And for the first time in years, SFX Nia felt phone notifications. She moved into Jordan's luxury apartment downtown. At first, after only Nia 8 told months. Herself she was overthinking. Everyone said they moved too fast. But then the little things started adding up. But they didn't care. Jordan smiling because when it was just the two of them. Late everything nights felt perfect. Phone calls taken in another room. That's what Nia thought. Then one night, while Jordan was asleep beside her, the ex-girlfriend returns. Nia made a decision she would later regret. The problem started the day Vanessa opened his phone. And what she found made Jordan's ex-girlfriend. Messages from he once planned to marry. Dozens of them. Nia had heard the stories before. At first they looked innocent. Vanessa was beautiful. Work conversations. Intimidating. Inside jokes. The kind of woman people noticed the second Nia found one text that changed everything. And apparently, sometimes she had just been hired at Jordan's company. And Jordan had replied. The moment Jordan told her, me too. Something inside Nia twisted. Nia stared at the screen while her chest tightened. Something worse. She couldn't breathe. Insecurity. Couldn't think. Because deep down. Couldn't move. Because Nia suddenly every insecurity she had ever buried came crawling back to life. Real history. The kind that doesn't disappear overnight. Obsession. Jordan tried to reassure her. After that night, Heather from HR hired her. Nia changed. Explained. She became obsessed. I didn't even know she applied. Every notification made her something strange. Every late Jordan wouldn't look her in the eyes. She checked from that moment on. The jealousy started growing. Tagged photos. Quietly. Like poison. Likes. Everything. Clapperboard Scene 3, social media secrets. The more jealous she became. Phone notifications. But the truth was, narrator. At Jordan first, hadn't Nia told herself cheated. She was overthinking. Not physically. But then the little things started adding up. Still, Jordan smiling at texts he wouldn't explain. Maybe late nights at work, and sometimes emotional betrayal taken in another room. Nia stopped sleeping. Then one night, while Jordan was eating properly beside her, her mind Nia made a decision she would later regret. Was Jordan falling in love with Vanessa again? And what she found, Clapperboard Scene 5, made her stomach drop. Narrator. Messages from Vanessa. Everything exploded at Jordan's company party. At first they looked innocent. Work conversations. But something inside her needed answers. Inside jokes. The rooftop venue glittered with city lights found one text that changed everything. Music echoed through the night air. And for Jordan had replied. Things seemed normal. Yeah, me too. Until Nia saw them. The world stopped. Jordan and Vanessa stared at the screen while her chest tightened. Standing too close. She couldn't breathe. Laughing. Couldn't Looking think. At each other the way people look at someone they never fully because stopped suddenly loving. Every insecurity she had ever felt her chest crawling back to life. Then Vanessa touched Jordan's arm. Scene 4, Obsession. And that was it. Narrator. Nia snapped. After that night, she walked across the rooftop and interrupted them in front of everyone. She became obsessed. So this is why you've been every notification different? Made her the music anxious. Around them suddenly every late reply felt suspicious. Jordan's face she dropped. Checked Jordan's followers. Nia. Vanessa's Instagram. She said sharply. Tagged photos. Tell the truth. Comments. Vanessa crossed her arms. Likes. You're being dramatic. And the more she searched, one sentence, the more jealous she became. But Nia the truth exploded. Years Jordan of insecurity actually cheated. Fear. Not physically. Pain. Not yet. Everything came pouring out. Still. Emotionally. Whispers spread. Jordan sometimes emotional betrayal hurts worse. And for the first time, stopped sleeping. Nia realized she no longer recognized herself. Her mind became consumed by one question. Was Jordan falling in love with Vanessa door again? Slamming. Clapperboard Scene 5, The Party. The fight continued all Narrator. Night. Everything exploded at Jordan's company party. But he admitted he still had unresolved feelings. But something inside her needed answers. The rooftop venue glittered with city lights because and in her heart champagne. That was music enough. Echoed through the night air. You emotionally left me before you physically did, she whispered through tears. Things seemed normal. Jordan tried to explain. Nia saw them. But some wounds cut too deeply. And Vanessa. By morning, standing too close, Nia packed her things and left. Looking at each other the way people look at someone they never fully stopped loving. Was over. Nia felt her chest Scene 7, then Vanessa touched Jordan's arm. Or does she? And that was it. Narrator. Nia snapped. Weeks passed. She walked across the rooftop and interrupted them and in front of everyone. Jordan so this is and why Vanessa you've been acting together. The music around at least suddenly felt distant. But something felt Jordan's wrong. Face dropped because Vanessa quickly realized something terrifying. No, she said sharply. Jordan still loved Nia. Tell the truth. He compared them constantly. Mentioned Nia's favorite dramatic. Songs. Nia's and that cooking. One sentence. Nia's laugh. Lit the match. Vanessa Nia had fought exploded. To win him back. Years only of to discover his heart never fully returned. Fear. And pain. Jealousy. Everything began consuming out. Vanessa too. Clapperboard Scene 8, the final message. Whispers spread. Jordan looked horrified. One rainy night, and for the first time, Nia received a text Nia realized from Jordan. She no longer recognized just 3 herself. Words. Clapperboard I miss Scene you. 6, the breakup. Her heart shattered all over again. Apartment door slamming. Because part of her still loved him Narrator. Too. But another part knew the love should never feel like constant pain. Jordan insisted so nothing she stared at the message happened. For a long time. But then he admitted he still had unresolved feelings. Sometimes love isn't enough. And hearing that, destroyed his number. Because in her heart ending, that was Narrator. Enough. You emotionally left me before you physically did, she whispered Jordan through tears. Lost the woman who truly loved him. Jordan tried to explain. Vanessa realized winning someone back means too nothing deeply if their heart belongs elsewhere. By morning, and Nia packed her things learned and the hardest lesson of all. And just like that, sometimes their love perfect can be relationship was over and still not survive. Clapperboard Scene 7, because Vanessa love wins. Without trust or eventually turns into heartbreak. Narrator. And heartbreak weeks passed can turn even good people into strangers. And eventually,